Ivanka Trump's daughter quietly joined TikTok and Swifties immediately noticed something off. Today we're unpacking how a single TikTok by Donald Trump's granddaughter triggered a surprisingly sharp reaction from Taylor Swift's fanbase and what it reveals about digital politics, celebrity loyalty, and Gen Z internet culture. An innocent-looking lip-sync video posted by Arabella Kushner, Ivanka Trump's teenage daughter, suddenly went viral. But it wasn't just her dance moves that caught attention. Swifties noticed something suspicious. The audio. A Taylor Swift track. When politics meets pop fandom, things escalate fast. Arabella's video collided with a cultural fault line. The Trump family legacy vs. Swift's reputation as a progressive icon. The internet didn't hesitate. In less than 12 hours, the comment section became a war zone of side-eyes, accusations, and stitched responses dissecting every second of her post. This moment didn't happen in a vacuum. Swift has long been publicly opposed to Donald Trump's politics, starting in 2018, when she broke her political silence to endorse two Democrats in Tennessee. Trump responded by saying he liked her music, about 25% less now. That fracture line has only widened. Swift's evolution into a politically vocal artist from "You Need to Calm Down" to "Only the Young" has made her music symbolic in polarized online spaces. Arabella's use of Swift's sound wasn't just music to fans, it was a perceived contradiction. Swifties aren't your average pop fans. They're a well-organized, deeply mobilized force with a track record of crashing platforms, raising money for causes, and organizing political campaigns. They monitor online spaces like detectives in a true crime forum. And when they noticed Arabella, a Trump family member, using Swift's song, they zoomed in with intense scrutiny. Some interpreted it as clueless. Others called it calculated. The resulting commentary quickly shifted from TikTok aesthetics to a larger question: who gets to use Swift's voice? What started on TikTok didn't stay there. Within hours, Swiftie Twitter picked up the video and added fuel to the fire. Comments turned into threads. Threads turned into think pieces. Arabella's family ties were dragged into the spotlight, with users drawing connections between her grandfather's political stances and Swift's activism. Soon, it wasn't just about one video, it was about inherited ideologies, weaponized soundtracks, and digital territory being trespassed. Online, it doesn't take much to turn a whisper into a digital uproar. A growing undercurrent of concern surfaced alongside the backlash. Arabella is still a teenager. Critics began asking whether the internet had crossed a line. Should a 13 or 14-year-old be subject to the same scrutiny as an adult politician? Defenders pointed out that while she didn't choose her lineage, she did make a choice to post publicly with an iconically politicized song. Even so, the volume and intensity of the reaction raised ethical questions about the role of age, consent, and public accountability in digital pylons. To the untrained ear, it might have sounded like just another trending TikTok audio. But for Swift's fans, certain songs carry a political weight. Post-2018, Swift's lyrics have increasingly taken on layered meanings about empowerment, resistance, and activism. Arabella's chosen track came from an era of Swift's discography closely associated with her political awakening. Fans interpreted the use of that audio as tone-deaf at best, antagonistic at worst. And in fan spaces, symbolic choices don't get shrugged off, they get scrutinized. One video wasn't enough. Swifties and social media sleuths began to dig. They searched through Arabella's past TikToks, archived posts, and tagged content looking for a pattern. Was this a one-time misstep or a glimpse into a bigger story? Even old, unrelated videos were reanalyzed for subtext. Suddenly, her entire feed was on trial. In the process, some users blurred the lines between critique and obsession. The internet had decided this was more than a trend, it was a case file. This wasn't just about Arabella. Some fans zoomed out and started comparing how different Nepo babies are treated online. Children of actors, musicians, and influencers often get a pass or even a pedestal when they enter the spotlight. But when political lineage enters the mix, the grace runs out. Arabella, by association, became a stand-in for a broader frustration: how privilege intersects with influence and accountability. Her TikTok reignited old questions: who gets to be apolitical in public, and who doesn't? Neither Ivanka Trump nor Arabella made any public comment about the video or the backlash. In the absence of a response, speculation ballooned. Some interpreted the silence as a strategic move, a classic PR tactic. Others saw it as avoidance or indifference. Meanwhile, the internet filled the void with theories, assumptions, and projected intentions. In digital culture, silence isn't neutral, it's often seen as a signal, and the longer it lasts, the more room there is for the narrative to spiral out of control. Not every user criticizing Arabella was doing it for ideological reasons. Some creators admitted they joined the viral outrage simply because it was trending. Commentary accounts used the moment to post reaction videos, create threads, and boost engagement. A few gained thousands of new followers from duets and stitches that weren't so much political critiques as they were entertainment. It's a dynamic that plays out often where moral outrage becomes viral currency, and content creation blurs with call-out culture. Arabella's video wasn't removed, flagged, or restricted by TikTok. It was allowed to rise organically, like any other trending content. That sparked another debate. Should platforms treat posts from high-profile minors differently, especially when their content becomes politically charged? Unlike adult influencers, Arabella didn't choose fame, it came with her family name. Yet the platform's algorithm made no distinction. Her content was boosted not because of who she was, but because of what she used: a Taylor Swift song. Taylor Swift's fans aren't just united by music, they've repeatedly shown up as a formidable political demographic. In 2020, Swift-endorsed voter registration campaigns saw measurable spikes in signups. Her Instagram story could push tens of thousands to register in a single day. Campaigns have even tried to court her audience, knowing their passion often translates into real-world action. So when someone seemingly outside that cultural political alignment taps into her brand, it's not just seen as cultural misalignment, it's viewed as political trespassing. TikTok has become more than just a space for trends and entertainment, it's a shaping force for Gen Z identity, including political values. Young users absorb, remix, and reflect current events through memes, audios, and aesthetics. A song choice, a visual filter, a caption, each can carry layers of meaning and unintended associations. Arabella's video dropped into a digital ecosystem where even the most casual post is treated as a signal of ideology, affiliation, or rebellion. Increasingly, celebrity fanbases are behaving like political parties, complete with internal codes, loyalty tests, and cultural gatekeeping. Swifties, the Bayhive, and the BTS Army have all shown a willingness to coordinate mass actions, from charitable giving to online takedowns. In these spaces, an outsider using a community symbol, especially one with a conflicting political background, can provoke immediate retaliation. Arabella's TikTok wasn't just a clip, it was perceived as stepping into territory fiercely guarded by a deeply invested digital collective. For Gen Z, identity is expressed through content. What you post becomes a statement even if you didn't mean it that way. Authenticity is demanded, and inconsistencies are quickly called out. In this world, you can't separate your digital footprint from your values. Arabella's Swift-backed TikTok, filtered through her political lineage, felt dissonant to many viewers. Her fame, though unchosen, still came with assumptions about what she should or shouldn't symbolize online. As the backlash evolved, some Swifties insisted this wasn't a cancellation, it was a call-in. Their goal, they claimed, wasn't to exile Arabella, but to educate her about the symbolism behind the music she chose. Others weren't so gentle, launching harsher critiques and encouraging followers to report or ridicule her account. This split in tactics revealed a wider tension within fan communities between accountability and aggression, between dialogue and digital dogpiling. Arabella is a teenager navigating a platform that doesn't care about age. To the algorithm, she's just another content creator. To viewers, she's the granddaughter of one of the most polarizing figures in modern American politics. This creates a tricky paradox. Her content reaches millions, but critics are debating how much criticism is appropriate given her age. Some argue that young people shouldn't be dragged into political discourse, while others point out that her platform gives her influence whether she asked for it or not. It's a collision between digital exposure and generational responsibility, playing out in real time. Arabella's TikTok moment is likely just the first of many cultural skirmishes we'll see at the intersection of celebrity lineage, fandom politics, and Gen Z media. As more children of political or controversial figures enter online spaces, these flashpoints will become increasingly common and increasingly complicated. In the age of algorithmic identity, even a casual post can spark polarized reaction. Lines between fanbases, politics, and personal branding are dissolving, and what's left is a cultural free-for-all where no post goes unexamined.